Hello, everyone. Welcome to Salpies Ta-da. I'm Shane.
And I'm Veronica, and tonight we will be bringing the magic to you.
Veronica, do you know what the most magical thing of all is?
The magic of musical theater.
Valjean, at last, the Salpies are today.
Hey, do you want to see some real magic? You know, like magic? My name's Jeff Evans. I'm a professional magician, and I want to do some magic for both of you, Veronica and Shane. Shane, I want you to think of your favorite food. Whatever your favorite food is, think of it in your mind. And Veronica, I want you to think of an object you might find around your house. This is a prediction. 2 items are in this bag. Hopefully, they're going to match the items that you now are only thinking of. So, Shane, what is your favorite food? And be specific. I think I have it in this bag.
An extra large pizza?
Yes, extra large pizza.
That's not an extra large pizza, Jeff.
Actually, Shane, it is an extra large pizza.
Wow.
It's also a thin crust pizza. Don't worry about that. Veronica, you're thinking of an object that you could have around your house. Hopefully it's going to match what I have in this bag. What object are you thinking of?
A shovel.
Oh, wait, did you say shovel?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, you're not going to believe this. I just happen to have a shovel inside of the bag.
Oh my gosh.
What about my song?
Being part of the Student Leadership Program, you are no stranger to doing magical things. But I want to teach you an optical illusion that will work right where you are, right through your phone or computer screen, if you do what I do. Hold your index fingers out in front of you and raise your fingers until they're in front of your eyes. Now don't try and focus on your fingers because you'll go cross-eyed. Keep looking at me, and in your peripheral vision, you should see a miniature third finger floating in between your other fingers. So while you're looking at me, do you see that little finger? Like it's like a miniature finger? I do that at home in the mirror and I see that oh, kind of gives me goosebumps. I was just getting ready to go into the bookstore and realized I've got to show you my favorite Mirage. This is like my retirement plan. Now check this out. I'm not even sure this is totally legal, but I've been having a lot of fun with this. Don't blink, happens really fast. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. It's my favorite Mirage. Now I'm getting ready to go into the bookstore. That's the best place to go if you've got money to burn, is the bookstore. Trust me.
Thank you, Jeff.
As some of you may know, we hosted the Salpies last year.
Which makes us the first ever consecutive Salpies hosts, as far as we know.
Let's take a look down memory lane. I love this one.
Ah, memories.
We look so young.
Now, if you look closely, you may notice something different about this year's Salpies ceremony. That's right. We're not in the Smith Ballroom this year.
Like everything right now, we're hosting the Salpies via Zoom, but the show must go on.
Now, some of you may be asking, what am I watching? Where am I? Ah!
The Salpies are PSU's annual award show celebrating the people who make magic at PSU.
And we're not just talking about PSU's little-known Department of Magic and Illusions.
The magic major has a variety of concentrations.
Illusions,
Magic the Gathering,
escape artistry.
Disappearing,
It's very hard to take attendance in those classes.
Reappearing.
Sawing people in half.
That major has a high dropout rate, but they are recruiting.
And card tricks.
which, fun fact, was under the statistics department until 2017.
And now it's time to kick off our ceremonies with the first awards of the evening.
I'm Dylan Jeffries, Editor-in-Chief of Vanguard, Portland State's student-run newspaper, and I'm here to present the nominees for Emerging Leader. And the Salpy goes to... Congratulations!
Hi, I'm Jose Rojas Falles, Student Fee Committee Chair with ASPSU, and I'll be presenting the nominees for Breakout Student Organization. The nominees are and the winner is congratulations.
Hi, I'm Angela Hamilton, Coordinator of Student Operated Services in South, and I'd like to present the nominees for Student Employee of the Year. And the Salpy goes to... Congratulations!
You know, I actually won Emerging Leader of the Year last year.
And my group won Breakout Student Organization.
For those of you winning tonight, we have some advice for you.
It's not all sunshine and flowers after you make it big.
No one cares after you've already emerged. There's no emerged student leader of the year or already broken out student organization of the year.
Well, I mean, there is Student Leader of the Year and Student Group of the Year.
Let's just watch some dancing.
In my booth, riding all up in that black with his chick right beside him. Ladies, if you love your man, show him you the flyest.
Didn't even notice, no punches that to roll with. You got to keep me focused.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping.
If you got it, own it, boy, I know you want it. While I turn around, you watch me check up on it. You watching me shake it, I see it in your face. You can't take it, it's blazing. You watch me in amazement. You can look at it as long as you don't grab it. If you don't go grab it,
I need to know, could you be the one to call when I lose control? You're stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance.
Show these cats how to do that. Down south biz that we learned a little too fast and brought it to the hood and got the whole crew ass. Teach me how to duck, teach me how to duck.
What's 2 plus 2?
make a girl go crazy.
Wait. Go. Got one. Go. Oh, go. Yeah. Go.
Well, that was a lot of magic.
Except that one thing that was clearly tragic. You know who you are.
Let's hope Jeff can work his magic and help us forget what we saw.
Hey, you want to know why magic is so confusing? It's because words are confusing. You see, in the English language, we have words that sound exactly the same, but they mean something totally different. They're called homonyms, and that's what this trick is based on. This is a hole card because it has a hole going right through the center. But if you think about it, this next card is also a hole card because it's complete. This card's also a hole card, and that's also a hole card, and yet they look totally different. Also, the backs of the hole cards are colored red, so this makes kind of a cool illusion possible. When I put the hole card behind the other hole card, see what just happened? I made a spot card. So spot cards are made with hole cards on front and hole cards behind. Anytime two hole cards are together, it looks like a spot card. Here's the cool thing. If you wait just long enough, the spot becomes part of the card. That's not going to peel off. I'll do it again. Hole card with a hole card makes a spot card, and by tapping it like that, I get a whole bunch of spots. I'll do it again. This time, hole card with a hole card, making a spot card. But this time, notice that I didn't use the whole card. Well, I didn't use the entire whole card. So, what I do is I grab the whole card and I move it in a clockwise direction, and the whole card changes into a spot card. The thing is, the spot is so big, it covers the whole card. Okay, that didn't make sense to me either. Everyone thinks they know what this card is because it looks like a hole card, but this is actually a spot card with a hole. So we've got a spot card with a hole, a spot that covers the whole card, a whole bunch of spots, and a spot card that is whole. The thing that makes the whole trick so confusing is that everyone's watching the spots, but no one was watching the hole. And that is the whole thing.
Because the Salpies are pre-recorded this year, we can have commercial sponsors.
It also means that we can say whatever the we want.
On the internet, anything goes.
No one can censor us.
Request denied. Love, Salp.
Just but one question when guiding my outfit for Send It each week. What would RBG wear? I would say this answers the question for this week.
Pandemic? Earth is closed? This is where I'm headed. Portland State Aerospace Society is on.
Are you pale and sad? Have you forgotten what a window looks like? Do you work almost exclusively in a sub-basement? If this seems to describe your life in a strangely accurate way, try Sunlight. Sunlight is a healthy supplement designed to improve your quality of life. It's all natural and made of organic ingredients. It's a great source of vitamin D. It comes from the sun. It's gluten-free, vegan, and keeps that pesky Dracula away. Possible side effects include uncontrollable happiness, feeling relaxed, lounging, squinting, freckles, weird tan lines, redness, mouth thirst, removal layers, brain sensation, skin cancer, death. Sunlight, brighten your life, literally.
Welcome back, folks. It's time for more awards.
We are actually hearing that there's a new last-minute award to be given out, I guess.
Yeah, it seems that we're being given the Lifetime Achievement Award for excellence in Salpy's hosting.
Oh my God.
My God. Wow. This is incredible. Thank you.
I'd like to thank, I guess, my mom, my manager, my agent, everyone who's watching at home, all of my fans, everyone at the Academy for hosting excellence. This is a long time coming, and it just goes to show that if you believe in being a host and doing musical numbers, that anything good can come your way. I'd just like to thank everyone whoever looked me in the eye and said, "Shane, you can win the awards." And here I am now.
Hi, I'm Corinne Nightingale, and I'm the Student Media Technology Advisor. The Wilma Morrison Award, honoring the memory of former journalist, professor, and Vanguard advisor, is presented by the Student Media Board for outstanding journalistic writing by a PSU student. This year, while a number of entries addressed interesting, timely, and highly important topics, the board selected an award recipient whose story, Under the Red Lights from the Pacific Sentinel, stood out for its combination of journalistic effort and vivid writing. The recipient of this year's Wilma Morrison Award with a $300 scholarship is Van Vanderwall. Congratulations!
I'm Riaz Mahmoud, the coordinator of student media. In a normal year, we'd only have one award announcement, but this is, of course, not a normal year. We'd like to recognize Lily La Madrid, who received a College Coronavirus Coverage National Award for a piece that was published in the Vanguard. This is a reminder that journalists and other media professionals and students play a vital role in our social fabric, even during the toughest times. Congratulations, Lily.
Hi there, I'm Kyle Leslie Christie, the current student body president for the Associated Students of Portland State University. I'd like to present the nominees for Outstanding Advocate. And the Salpy goes to Congratulations! You did it!
Hi everyone, I'm Jackson Kroenke. I'm the chair of the OBC this year. I'd like to present the nominees for Event of the Year. Congratulations to all nominees. And the Salpy goes to Congratulations!
Congrats to all the winners so far.
Let's now take a look back at some memories from the year in SALP.
Now let's welcome back Jeff for his third act.
It's magic time.
Like many of you, I've been staying at home a lot, and what have I been working on? I've been doing what magicians work on. Come up with new skills and new ways of doing things. This is the fastest knot in the world. And I'm gonna do it all with one hand. Oh, hours and hours of practice right there, man. Hope you appreciate that. And the cool thing is, even once I've tied the knot, if I don't like where it is, I can kind of like massage it along the rope, kind of readjust it, fine tune it. Sometimes I don't even leave it on the rope. Sometimes I just take it right off. Keep it for my collection. Later on, when I need a knot, I don't tie a new one. I just put it back on the rope. There's a lot of ways to tie knots. There's bow knots, the kind you use when you tie your shoelaces. When you pull on the ends, it disappears. But what happens if you tie a bow knot and then the ends get tangled inside the loops? This is what I call a nasty knot. Then there's single knots and double knots. And if those ends get tangled inside, you get what technically is called a mess. Knot upon knot upon knot. And then my favorite type of knot is a knot that is not. I have another rope. It's actually, I use different colored ropes for those of you who are hard of hearing. Your job, very simple. I'm gonna tie a knot towards one end of the rope. I want you to keep one eye on the knot, keep one eye on the red rope, and keep one eye on me. Just watch the knot. Do not blink. I know, that's totally illogical. But let's go back in time. Let's go back in time like 5 seconds when the knot was on the white rope. And then, while you weren't even blinking, don't blink, you'll see it, it jumps onto the red rope and everyone goes crazy. Now I know what you're thinking because I know how your mind works. Some of you are probably saying, I bet it's like a magnetic knot. And if it was magnetic, it would like slide along the steel core of the rope so you could adjust it to different points on the rope, and that would make sense, but it does not make sense that the white knot has actually become part of the red rope.
Thanks, Jeff. Because the Salpies are pre-recorded, we don't actually know how the act went.
So we've prepared a few pre-recorded responses to address a few potential outcomes of Jeff's magic act.
Reaction 1. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, bravo, bravo.
Reaction 2. That was my card.
Mine too.
Reaction 3.
We regret to inform you that Jeff's magic act has gone tragically wrong, and he has turned himself into a rabbit.
If you see a rabbit anywhere, please contact SALP as soon as possible.
Okay, I'm ready to take out the compost.
What are you doing?
Eating chocolate.
That's not very sustainable.
I don't care, I'm a water sign, leave me alone.
of this year's Service Recognition Awards. With more than 50 hours dedicated to the community, here are our bronze awardees. Clocking in at over 101 hours of service dedicated to the community, our silver awardees. And bringing in the gold with over 150 hours of service dedicated to supporting our communities and our community partners. Congratulations, and thanks so much for your dedication.
Every year, the Student Employment Steering Committee celebrates all of the PSU students who keep our campus running, make it a fun place to be, and cultivate our connections to each other and to Portland State. This year's awards were already announced, and 3 of the 6 awards went to leaders in student-operated services. Julia Strunk for Rising Star, Bobby Smallwood for Outstanding Advocate, and Veronica Roderick as the PSU Student Employee of the Year. It's really exciting to also announce that not only was Veronica the PSU Student Employee of the Year, but also for the entire state of Oregon. Now moving on, the 2020 Student Operated Services Student Employee of the Year is Katie Holsheiser. Katie has served as the co-director of the Portland State Programming Board for 2 years. She is a steady, often behind-the-scenes leader, which helps make her a perceptive and thoughtful leader who cultivates collaboration. Katie takes on projects that aren't flashy but need to be done, and is someone I can really count on being communicative with me and the board. I'm always impressed with Katie's capacity for perspective taking and understanding complexity, which also makes her a thoughtful and caring leader who creates a supportive environment for those who work with her. Congratulations, Katie.
Sorry, wardrobe change.
Not an award show if you don't have a wardrobe change.
Now here's some more awards.
Hi, my name is Esma. I'm the Marketing and Community Outreach Program Assistant at the Student Community Engagement Center. And today I'd like to present the nominees for Faculty and Community Partner of the Year. And the Southie goes to... Congratulations!
Hello, I'm Amy Shattuck, and I'm the Director of Student Activities and Leadership Programs. It is my great pleasure to announce the Student Leader of the Year Award. And the winner is... Congratulations!
For everyone at home who is hoping to win Community Partner of the Year, Student Leader of the Year, or both, we know this is a difficult moment.
Listen, things will be okay. You'll feel better eventually. You'll find a new award to pursue. Maybe the National Whittling Association Lifetime Achievement Award.
But before that happens, we thought we would cheer you up with some good news.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian Jansen and I'm here to bring you some good news. Despite the COVID situation, there are actually some good news that we want to focus on. If you didn't have to endure campus food this quarter, that's some good news. There are rumors of soggy nachos and unidentified limp vegetables spotted on campus, so be grateful that you don't have to endure that. Some other good news is you can now mute your faculty, and so if you really don't want to listen or pay attention, some other good news, if you really have to use the bathroom, you can just turn your video off and no one's gonna know. Just make sure you turn off your audio as well. We've had some issues with that. Some other good news is if you are really into sourdough, now is your time. Also, if you are an introvert, this is also your time. Good time to be an introvert right now. Finally, some other good news, you can give yourself a haircut during these times and no one is gonna think any different because nobody's getting haircut. Also, if you are taking a Campus Rec yoga class, no one is going to be looking at you if you don't want them to. You can just turn off the video. That's some good news. So hope everyone's doing all right. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
One more piece of good news. Brian's done doing that.
And now, Jeff's final act and the award for Student Group of the Year.
Thanks, Shane and Veronica. I know that a lot of students haven't been on campus in a long time, so for the fun of it, I'm shooting this on location at Portland State University. Right behind me is the clock tower, kind of a landmark, and I'd like you to think of any hour on a clock. 1, 2, 3, 12, whatever. Think of an hour. Then take your finger and I want you to point right to 12 o'clock. We're all going to start at the same place, but then I want you to spell your hour moving one place for each letter. So for instance, if you were thinking of 1 o'clock, you would count O-N-E and you'd land on the 3. So I want you to do that now for your hour, moving one position for each letter. So right now, you are at a new number that only you know because different hours spell with different letters. We're going to spell the new hour that you're currently at. So if you had landed at 3, now you're going to spell T-H-R-E-E. Again, moving in a clockwise direction. So go ahead and do that. At this point, you could be at 6, you could be 11, no one knows, and everyone's going to be at a different spot. But we're going to do that same thing one last time. Wherever you stopped at, you're going to spell that hour, again, moving in a clockwise direction. Go ahead. Perfect. At this point, everyone is pointing or has their finger in thinking of an hour. And it's going to be a different hour because you started with different times originally. You might think that I'm going to try and guess which hour you're thinking of, but I'm not. I'm going to try and tell you the hours that you're not thinking of. And I think that you are not thinking of 2 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So we'll get rid of those. You're also not thinking of 5 or noon. So we'll get rid of 5 and 12. You're not thinking of 3, 6, or 9. We'll get rid of those. And you're not thinking of 4, 8, or 11. The hour that you're thinking of is 1 o'clock. Which is such a coincidence because 1 o'clock happens to be the very time that I'm filming this video at. Obviously this is a green screen, but if you look very closely, it is exactly 1 o'clock. All this magic and I still haven't done a card trick. We've got to fix that right now. On the count of 3, a pack of cards will appear in my hand. 1, 2, 3. Cards are an example of conformity. They are patterned. They are order. And yet life is not always order. Life can sometimes be the opposite. It can be confusing. It can be disorder. It can be chaos. Just as in life can be confusing, cards can also be mixed. They can be cut. They can be shuffled. Sometimes cards aren't merely shuffled, but they are literally turned upside down, mixed in a variety of ways. But in these uncertain times, one group of students has risen above it all with dedication, compassion, and leadership. I'm proud to announce that the winner of this year's Salpies Award is presented to the Pre-Dental Student Organization. Congratulations.
Wow, absolutely incredible. Congratulations to blank.
This group has hosted incredible events such as blank. Portland State really wouldn't be the same without you.
And with that, the Salpies are over. Thanks, Jeff, for bringing the magic this year.
Let's have one last round of applause for Jeff.
Shout out to Riaz in the editing room.
And special thanks to DJ Salpy in the DJ booth all evening.
See you next year when we host the Salpies for a record-breaking 3 times.
It's such a good feeling to know you're alive.
It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside.
And when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll win a Salpy today.
It's such a good...
I'm imagining this is part of the video.
You should, this can be bloopers.
Get ready with us and tune in.
That's so funny.
Hello, I'm Angela Hamilton, coordinator of student activity.
Okay. Words, enunciation, mouth. Okay. Take 2. What the